Hi, I'm Olivia Sayward, and I offer quantum healing sessions um, using the methods of QHHT, so quantum healing hypnosis technique in person, and then also beyond quantum healing online. And I've also taken introspective hypnosis with Antonio Sangio and Alba Weinman. So using all these methods, plus what I've also learned in Reiki and shamanism courses, I've kind of developed a whole package of tools that I can use to help you through your life and whatever is coming up at the moment.
Perfect. Really exciting to do this.
Okay, so how it works is we'll talk about how you're doing, what might be coming up for you at the moment, and then what you would like to focus on today. So a normal session would be like probably about 40 minutes of talking and then 2 hours of like going through the journey. But today we'll do a shorter version and just like focus on, one or two aspects at the moment.
Perfect. I think what is the most relevant for me nowadays is about the platform that we're building and how to go about it and what is the next what are the next steps, and also how to see like its full potential and go towards it to actualize it. So we started the project a little bit more than a year ago, building all the technical parts and inviting the first light workers in and doing all the fundamental things. And now we're in a state where the technical part is completed. So now it's time to really put it out there, invite more light workers who are aligned to offer the service on the platform, and also market it to put those services out there with the right messaging to show their really huge value and what kind of breakthroughs people can have out of them, and do this matching, let's say. And for me personally, I'm like really all in this project, so I've like really committed everything I have, so it's I really wanted to succeed, of course, and I'm really invested in it, and I clearly see how my personal journey is really aligned with the company, and how sometimes blocks that I have might appear in the company because I'm running the whole thing for now. So it's
Yeah.
quite normal, but it's like also why I wanted to do something like that, because I know this would come. So I believe it's one of the best settings to grow myself, progress on my own journey. And basically it's a great opportunity for me to embody my own healing and my own awakening, and show like how I did it and what huge difference this work and these experiences had in my life, and how it can make life so much more meaningful, peaceful, fulfilling. So yeah, I feel like I'm also called to step it up to really be able to show that to the world. So
Okay.
I've prepared a few questions I can ask, and also I added. Okay, so I have a couple of questions that are related to that, and then I also added two questions that are more relating to my healing, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first question is if I can get some insights of what would be really the highest potential of what I can create in the next 6 months, and if it's possible to see it and feel it and get an idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second would be, what should I be doing today that I'm not doing to fulfill this potential? And also what I shall keep doing and maybe do more with of. And then I have another question, but I'm not sure if it's like, okay, I'll tell you the question, but I think it's a little bit of confirmation question. So I wrote down, okay, why is this going to succeed? And why am I always successful in everything I do?
Okay.
And then like 2 points that are more like for, personal / healing. Okay, how can I further heal my heart and open it up even more?
Mm-hmm.
And what is the meaning between losing hair and what shall I do with it?
Okay. And are there any, like, maybe themes or, like, challenges that you're coming up against right now that are, like, kind of acute?
Challenges. I think, so for instance, I think I had some challenges, but like overcame them, let's say, or I did something about it. For example, I was feeling like, for instance, I reached out to mentors because I realized I had no one to speak about it, or I don't have people who are, like, my friends are not more experienced than me. So I figured,
Mm-hmm.
I need people who have experience to actually speak about it and, give me some like direction, etc. And this, as soon as I said it, after a few weeks, like, people start getting me into my reality, So I reached out, and then I got what I needed. Also, I think I'm coming out of a period where, I was into a phase of trying to do everything on my own, which I think is a little bit of a pattern of mine, that I try to do everything on my own because I don't, I thought, people cannot help me and I'm the best in what I do and people are not as good as me. But I think it's like just limiting beliefs, and I know it. So now, like, I have a plan of how to, bring more people on to actually help me do it. And I'm already, doing some collaborations with people, in my network. Other challenges that I faced this year was, I think it was like more personal, relationship with my mom. And like, it's not something, it's that, okay, she's like a little bit judgmental and not supportive very much, but I think now I'm like just accepting it because it was always like that, So I know she means like well, but I think she doesn't have a word in her brain just say an encouraging word.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this has made me so much self-assured. So, I'm very grateful because I always had to, believe in myself. So I'm like, it's okay, you know, it's not about me. Like it's okay. Like I don't hold any negativity towards it, you know. It's fine. I'm in peace with it, you know. Like let's say last year I was not so much in peace. Now it's okay. Yeah, and let's see what else. Okay, and I want to be able to really engage people in my vision, you know, because I have like a really big like vision of what I want to achieve with it, what I want to create, the impact that I want to have. So I think it's about me being able to engage other people in this picture, you know, and I think maybe it's a bit about communication, to be able to communicate my vision clearly and make other people feel a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also let's say maybe the biggest block I had is to actually go and share my own story, because I think putting myself out there is something that I know I have to do, and it's something I was getting as a message since my spiritual awakening, which happened a year and a half ago. So I was getting it very clearly that I need to, you know, start speaking up. I need to, you know, share my story. I need to put myself out there, you know, to be more present. Let's say also on social media, etc. And I've been like really postponing it a lot, but I think that this would be my unfair advantage to actually succeed in what I want to do, because I know I can be very, you know, inspiring. I can really show people their own, you know, potential through my own story. And I'm always doing that, for instance, with my friends. So, you know, in one-to-one setting, it's like very easy for me to motivate people and, you know, talk about mindset and empowerment, and through my example, show them what is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always like, wow, if I put this out there, you know, it's gonna go so well. And then something is just, and then I just cannot do it. Or I've been really postponing it, you know. Which is so funny. It's so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something that, yeah, tons of us can relate to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think maybe this is the one thing that it's the more most present right now in terms of blogs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So usually we would do it where you're like lying down. I don't know if you want to lie down on the couch, or maybe just like make yourself super comfortable in that setting.
Yeah, I can lie down here.
Okay.
Okay. I also brought like a mask, maybe.
Yeah, if it helps you.
To wear it to be more, you know, concentrating. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. Okay.
Okay, you can hear me well, right?
Yes.
Okay. So first we're just going to relax the body a bit. So place your right hand upon your heart and just start to breathe deeply. Deeply in, deeply out. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And I will do the same. Just breathe in and breathe out. And feel your chest expand. And feel your hand move up and down with your breath. And feel yourself relaxing, letting go, letting any cares of the day just fade away. And imagine that your heart itself is breathing that air in and out.
Sorry, before we continue, I forgot something. I think I need to put my laptop to charge because it's gonna close. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry for that. Okay.
Yeah, so just imagine that your heart is moving the air throughout your body. And in this way, we're bringing our heart and our mind into coherence. And each breath in and out of your heart connects you completely with your original life force energy. Each breath in and out reminds us that our deepest connection with Source and our greatest wisdom resides within the heart space. In and out, in and out. Your heart knows, my heart also knows. And we are aligning our energies, our hearts, and our minds. Each breath in and out of your heart connects you completely with Source. And now you may place your hands in any position that is comfortable for you. And then we'll begin. And as we gather here now, in this safe and sacred place, I ask that only the highest and most divine, original source, energy expressions and beings be allowed to participate. I invite our guides, angels, cosmic and soul family, our higher selves, and us from the future to join us today. And now, surrounded by our combined teams, we ask that our and their energy amplify and broadcast the intention for support during this session across all realms of multi-dimensional reality for the most benevolent outcome for all. And when you are connected in this way to only the highest and most divine original source beings, you know that you are safe and yet you are protected in every way. And being surrounded by these beings and infused with the light of Source itself, you begin to feel maybe a warmth of a vibration or just a sense of deep knowingness that you can access any wisdom you seek. And with each breath, this truth vibrates deeper within your body, within your bones, and your blood, and your cells. And at the same time, this connection expands your consciousness and your awareness. And as your awareness expands, you find it easy to just let go of all expectations about what might be in store for your journey. You find it easy to release the idea of anything at all needing to be in any certain way. And you find that that is a very nice feeling indeed. And so imagine that you're sitting outside in an open landscape, in a space not quite here, yet not quite there, familiar in the deepest sense, and familiar to your very essence of being. And in this space, there is truth, and there is peace, and quiet, and stillness, and isness itself. Presence. You simply are, you are, you are. Nothing here holding you down, nothing here holding you back, nothing here keeping you from where you need to go. The ultimate silence, the ultimate peace, the ultimate stillness. Just you, just being. And imagine, if you will, the air, the space just in front of you, begins to shimmer and shift and sparkle, and you begin to see something appearing before you, just right there in the air. An opening into another space, and it looks a little bit like a tunnel. And you watch, and you wonder, and you feel your body begin to smile. And as you watch, you notice that at the end of that tunnel, There is moving, swirling, beautiful, crystalline light. The light is magnificent and the most beautiful, sparkling golden light you've ever seen. And you know that what you see before you is a living consciousness portal, a sacred gateway, and your spirit begins to lightly rise up and away from your human form, and the essence of you moves toward the light. And through this portal of light are all of the stars and all of the worlds and all of the lives you have lived and are yet to live, and all of the loves you have known and are yet to know, and all of your family from here and now and other times, and all and everything you have ever known as any being and non-being. And there is home, home, home. And so you float into the light, and you find yourself amidst a space so vast, with colors so clear and beautiful, and so unique that they are yours and yours alone. And as you float, you feel so safe, so warm, and so comfortable. You are traveling to the most relevant time. You are traveling to the most necessary place, through dimensions that are known and unknown. Through the very fabric of the light, you move and travel and float. Floating to the most necessary time, floating to the most relevant place, moving through barriers of where you thought you could not go further, you move. Through the barriers of where you have never been before and never before imagined, you go. And you do because you can, and you are the very essence of this movement and light. Arriving here now is the most relevant time. Arriving here now is the most necessary place, the perfect time and place to connect to your mission and to gain insight and healing for that mission. And as the movement slows, you begin to gather your surroundings, and as the movement stops, you begin to feel your point of view here, now, in this time, in this place, the most relevant time and place. And as you feel yourself now in this time and place, I want you to tell me the first things that you notice around you as you begin to understand where you are. What are the first things that you notice?
I see, like, I I am not on I am not on a place, or I'm not on earth somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I watch from above.
And are you above Earth itself?
Yeah.
And what do you notice from that perspective?
It's like I'm in another space, like a ship,
Mm-hmm.
and watching people going through their lives, and we guide them
Mm-hmm.
and support them in what they need with very subtle cues.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are getting them, some of them they don't. And it's quite entertaining, I must say. It's quite funny actually to see them going through life and having, worries, things that they want to do. But it's really like a game.
Mm-hmm.
And there is so much variety in what people want.
Mm.
And there is always maybe some obstacles, some trouble. And I can really see how usually it's something internal, like in their internal world.
Mm-hmm.
But then, in order to be able to understand this, it appears externally like
Mm.
something else. For instance, they might have another person that they're annoyed with, or a certain challenge and situation, and this thing is created for them to see what is their internal situation,
Right.
in order to be able to observe it and see why this is created and how differently they can react to it, or maybe there is a lesson for them. And some of them are curious, so they're more open to see these different situations and reflect upon them, grow, and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some people who are really like, I want to say children, but it's not like, but it's not like children, because children are
Mm-hmm.
easy to learn, but they go and do the same things again and again and again, and they cannot see beyond this thing that really annoys them, or this pattern that keeps repeating.
Yeah.
And they're so much stuck in the loop, and it's hard for them to go beyond it. And we try to give them the signs, we send them the help, we send other people, or we send them songs, or we send them maybe a movie or something on social media or whatever. It's like they're
Yeah.
available in whatever period of time, and they see it, but then it just doesn't register in their brain, because they have been repeating the same pattern for so many for such a long time, even lifetimes.
Yeah.
And for them, it's a bit harder to go past this. And then for some people, it's easier to go through the process.
And do you know why it's easier for some people and harder for some people?
I would say is one thing like repetition, so how many times they have gone through the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
So then the learning is like really of this pattern becomes stronger and stronger. And then it's a matter of openness and curiosity, and being able to ask questions about someone's situation. So don't take things too personally or make judgment about yourself, or that certain things always happen to you, or if this happens means that I am like this or like that.
Mm-hmm.
But have like an open mindset and say, okay, what is this? Why is this happening? What does it say about myself? Or maybe it doesn't say anything about yourself. Maybe it's entirely about someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And they focus on their personal growth. So there is a more active attitude towards life and towards their own development and learning. Because I see difference between people who come and go through life and they have an attitude of developing themselves,
Mm-hmm.
learning, because there is this fundamental belief that there is so much out there and that what they know is like a tiny fraction, like really nothing compared to all that there is.
Mm-hmm.
And this keeps them open and curious.
Right.
And there is another attitude that, oh, I know everything already, or this is who I am, or this is how it is. So really fixed a mindset towards life and towards who they are and who they can be, and they think that who they can be is who they are. So there is no perspective towards growing and becoming someone who has a bit more expanded views.
And humanity as a whole, is humanity getting better at learning their lessons?
I see that nowadays people are more open in general because of how the modern world is, because of how connected people are right now. So you can see how people who live in another continent, in another situation, in how people live completely different lives. So this gives you exposure to the vast diversity of life experience and life expression. So you get out of the thinking that what I know in my life is all that there is, and all people live life as I do.
Right.
So it opens you up to all the possibility, and to know that the life that you have known, or maybe the way you grew up, or what you experience in this day to day, that it's not how people live life, it's your personal experience in this present moment, and this can change at any time. And that basically people have so many different life experiences, and now you are able to also create your own experience and choose it, because people have possibility to travel, to move, to get different jobs, to do different things. So there is so much more possibility to go create a life that you want, an opportunity to do all these different things. So naturally, people become more open
Right.
towards themselves and their lives.
And how many people do you watch at the same time? Or how do you... It's very hard for us to imagine that perspective and being able to kind of keep tabs on, you know, so many humans at the same time. How do you balance that, like, care and guidance for so many people at the same time?
So I would say we are a team of beings here
Mm-hmm.
watching people, and we watch them and guide them in, I would say, two levels. So one level is more global and collective.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about giving guidance in maybe bigger scale, putting messages that they touch a lot of people. And then it's also on an individual level. So we watch over specific individuals, and we are a lot of beings here. So we are busy with a lot of people. But it can be in both levels. So
Okay.
more, yeah, collective level and then more individual level.
And how many beings are on the ship that you're on?
I want to say infinite. I don't think I
So
can
a
count.
lot. Okay.
Yeah, a lot. I don't think I can put a number on it.
Mm-hmm. And there are many different ships that are doing this kind of work. Is this a larger ship in comparison or smaller? Like, how do we imagine that?
I think the one I'm on is a like smaller, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I see it as a smaller, but there are a lot of different ones,
Yeah.
and there are some bigger who are like really big, and I'm on a smaller one to be able to be a little bit more flexible.
Okay.
Just moving around.
And does your ship have a certain focus, or are you from a certain part of, you know, the universe that kind of, or like, what is the reason that your team is together on that ship?
I think we're assigned to certain individuals. So we watch over people who have some commonalities,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe some certain challenges or certain backgrounds. So there are specific themes that are going through,
Mm-hmm.
and we are helping them to guide them and overcome them. And I see that we are looking over people who maybe they're still not so much, they're still like communicating in a subtle way with us. So they're not fully aware that we're here, not fully aware that there is always guidance and support from above.
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said it's funny, because they haven't realized how this Earth game is played.
Mm-hmm.
So we're watching them going through life and doing mistakes and doing all these things, and it's amongst other things, it's fun to watch. But of course, there is a lot of love towards this. Everybody really, because everybody who comes down, they go through so many experiences and dreams and also challenges, etc. And it's all really beautiful to go all of these things, and we're
Mm-hmm.
always very impressed by the power that people have to create, the power that people have to create anything that they want, because there are people who they don't know it, but they say something or they put their mind into something, and then after a while it's like it happens. After a while they get it, etc. And they don't understand consciously how that they do it, that whenever they put their mind on something, it just they start moving towards it, and then it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
That there is a method or a system or a technology behind creating what you want. So they do it, but they do it unconsciously, and it's always fascinating to us to see how powerful people are and how they can create something from nothing, or they set an intention and then it just after a little while just happens. And it's we're always so in awe and inspired by it, like this creative power of people, even though lots of them they don't know it yet, they don't realize. But everybody's gonna understand it in the right time. But it's even more entertaining when people do it without knowing that they're doing it.
Since you have this perspective from above right now, can you give us advice about just like insight into the next 6 months and what the highest potential for Alina's project would be? And just give her, I don't know, a preview and some feelings in order to understand how to take the next steps.
So, like the other people who are down and they set intentions and they do that, Elina's potential or highest potential for the next period or for whenever is what she will decide it will be.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone, things can go as quick or as slow as she wants.
Right.
So things can go from going global, people getting to know what she does, getting really thousands of people on the platform, having the bookings, having people really coming and changing their lives. So really going big, or it can just go nowhere. It's all in the possibility, in the realm of possibility. And then the question is, what is she gonna choose to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Because like the everybody, she's in the driver's seat of the situation. So if she chooses to really, really make huge impact out of it, put her vision out, show the possibility, because in essence what she's trying to do is to remind people how powerful they are,
Right.
and to reconnect them with their own creative power of creating their own reality, and remind them that this is what they're here to do, and that they're able to do it, and they can also have fun while doing it, and that they can experience everything they want in all areas, from big things to small things. And that's really why people are coming down, to create and to experience and to expand.
Yes.
And she knows how much potential this has. She knows how much potential to grow she has as a person, and how much potential for impact this endeavor
Yeah.
has. And it's about saying, okay, I choose to really go out and do this and have fun with it. And even if when there are blogs, really surpass them, and use all those tools now that she knows and she has been learning and practicing for a few years. But she knows how powerful she is and how she can create things, and in a very short period of time. So
Yeah.
she's aware of her own power already. So it's a matter of just do it. Just do it. Just take the steps that they will take you there, and think big. Think about what you want and what is the scale you want to achieve, and take decisions based on that.
And do you have any advice for her of how she can, create the biggest project that she wants, while also, keeping balanced, or, not losing sight of her own health and body in that process?
I would say what she can do. So she needs to start from knowing what she wants to build, where she wants to be in 6 months, and start working from that space down to now.
Okay.
So create a roadmap that seems achievable to her, and break it down to what she needs to do every day, or what is the support that she needs, how, like, what kind of people she needs to find to support her in what she does, how much money she needs to execute on this plan, and what is the energy that she needs to bring every day, how she can sustain this energy, as you say, without with keeping her health and balance in a good state. And it's about embodying this every day, and while having a certain plan in mind, knowing that things will not happen according to plan. and that things will evolve in a completely different way in the end. That you cannot foresee. But embodying the energy, and actually taking all the steps that she can take in the here and now.
Okay.
to create what she wants, also by letting the expectation of it and truly, truly, truly enjoy the process. This is what will make the biggest
Okay.
impact.
And is there anything that it would be good for her to incorporate into her daily life that she isn't doing yet, or maybe that she needs to do more?
Finding support and people who can help her would be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Focusing on how it's like this is twofold. It's focusing on each person individually. For example, every person who asks for that comes to her and asks for help, or she sees that she can find, she has the offers on her platform to help them, and she can guide them. So focus on them on individual basis, and put all of her attention and love and care on them. And even for people who are, for instance, online, know that each person, each view, each new follower, they count, even if they are not as big of an audience right now, but each one person counts, and each one person is an individual who comes in contact with the platform, the brand, the vision. So each one counts, and that you shouldn't forget about that, and celebrate each and every one of them. And on the other hand, find a way to do things at bigger scale, because at the end she just needs to do way more of what she does right now, but doing things fully on her own, or some things fully manual, is not the easiest, and maybe misaligned with the desired result.
Do you have any examples that you can kind of elaborate on so that she knows what you mean?
Yes, for example, I'm talking about content that they're putting out. So now, because it's not so much, there is this massive overthink about everything and how is this gonna be. And so there is a lot of procrastination, focus on a lot of procrastination, I would say, and at the end it doesn't help with the consistency that she needs. So she needs to have a system to actually produce more things out without putting so much heavy energy on them. And this can happen only if she does more of them, because then she detaches from it. So put the necessary attention and love and care, but take away the expectation out of it.
So being a little bit less precious with each post and putting less pressure on them to lead to a certain result.
And find a system that works for her to do more.
Okay.
And that's why we're saying that finding the necessary help for this right now will be what will make the difference.
And what do you mean by necessary help? Like, does that look like someone who
For instance,
should...
finding people who can help her with producing this content.
Is that more like videos or just posts? Is there a certain format that would work best for her project?
It's videos. It's like the videos that she does now, plus some videos of herself, but also doing the editing part, because let's say from all the things that she can do, it's the less enjoyable.
Okay.
So she would rather code or talk to people or record the podcast or do like the thinking part.
Yeah.
But maybe doing the editing on top is like time consuming, and it's not the part that she most enjoys, which I think is it's the most important part.
Is the enjoyment of it, right?
It's the enjoyment of it. And if there are 1,000 if there are 100 things that you can do, and let's say 100 things you want to do and they should happen, you should focus on the things that you are best at and you enjoy the most, and the things that you don't enjoy as much, outsource or find people who can help you with. And she knows she can find the help that she needs.
Okay.
Like, yeah, she knows what she should do.
So she knows how to find someone who can help her with like the video and the content creation.
Exactly.
Okay, good. And I feel like you, in a way, you've already answered this a little bit, but she had the question of like, why is it going to succeed and why is she always successful?
What a cheeky question this is.
I know, right?
Oh my
but
God.
you know,
I think it just needs to to confirm for her. And she needs to know, like, it's not anything that she does that is special, or you know, it's nothing like that. It's just that's true for everybody, that whenever you set an intention, a strong intention, something that you really want to create, and you believe in it, and you put your heart on it, and then you wake up and you take the necessary action, and you take massive action, and you do the best you can, and you actually enjoy the process. And when the action is like not performing, and then you shift and take different action, but then you also, while you're doing this, you review yourself and where you're at, and you also grow your mindset with it, so you grow as a person. At the end, you're gonna create and succeed in what you do.
okay.
This is universal. This is how it works. It's nothing special about her. But I think maybe she wants to hear it because she has been very good in actually following this process.
So she kind of knew how to follow the steps, but
yeah, she kind of figured it out pretty quickly.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, like setting the goal, setting the intention is so important. And also believe in yourself. Believe that if you thought about it, if you want to do it, if you see yourself doing it and living this reality, this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
This vision is not there to torture you. It's because it's yours. Some people want to do things, want to create new jobs, like new relationships, new wealth, whatever. But then they might have so many blocks about themselves and believing in themselves that they never give it a chance. They never give it a try
Yeah.
because they don't believe that actually this is for them, or they believe that they can get something close to it, but never this, or that it can be that it can never be perfect, for example.
Right.
That you cannot have this and this. Something needs to always be missing. So believing that you can actually create what you want to create and actually making it really great, and that it really satisfies you and fulfills you in all levels is very important. And really connect with it, with your emotions, really feel it, and start living life today as it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
And then just know that if you do your part and you show up, it's just gonna happen. Like it's not rocket science.
It
It's
sure
really
feels
simple.
like that when we're down here, though. At least
Yeah,
until
but
we
it's really
figure it
simple.
out. Yeah.
It's really simple. And I think that's the thing, when you do it, when you do the process once and then you realize, okay, I did like that, and then you can repeat it another occasion, and then it works again, and then you're like, oh, I think I'm into something.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was the process that you went through and realized that, oh, I put something in my mind, and then I believe in it, and then I start moving towards it, and then it happens. It's a good skill and mindset to have, and it's very transferable. You can then use that for anything you want,
Yeah.
not one thing. And then another is to how to adjust your identity to become the person who's already having it. This is also a good mindset and trick or not trick, but like something that she did again and again and again. It really worked. So, for example, you can think, okay, I want to. Okay, let's start this example. I want to start a company. It's like, okay, what people who have companies do? They think of a problem. They build a product. They get clients. They do marketing. They communicate. So she was like, okay, let's today what can execute, and then start taking steps. Or another one was that she didn't, like a few years back, she didn't say, I want to lose weight. She said, I am a gym person.
Mm.
So it was an identity shift. So then she broke it down. She was like, okay, what gym people do? They go to the gym consistently. They eat high protein. They sleep 8 hours, or they focus on their sleep and rest. They eat as clean as possible, etc., etc. So it wasn't, oh, I want to achieve this, and then
Right.
it's not sustainable. She built a new identity around it that helped her maintain the lifestyle 4 years later, because it's not something temporary, that okay, I want to achieve this goal and then it's done. It's like, no, I'm changing my whole identity first, and then the results will come on their own, because from identity your actions and habits are inspired, which is what actually creates your whole life. Like at the end of the day, what takes us to where we want to go is the actions that we take every day. So this is what creates momentum and takes us from point A to point B. But when you have your mindset and your thoughts and your feelings and your identity aligned, then you're enabled to take the action without the resistance. Or then the action becomes easy, or you assign a different meaning, and then it's easier to execute on what you want, instead of going always against the current or taking actions that they feel unnatural. Because the other side of the spectrum is people who take the actions, but because they don't believe it, they always have this feeling of, like, this imposter feeling, or they're never able to get what they want, because even though they do the action, at the end they might self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Because they, deep inside of them, they don't believe they can actually get what they want. So
how do we get rid of those blocks that block us from believing that we can really have what we want? I mean, that feels like one of the biggest challenges that we face as humans.
how to remove the blocks? First is I identify them. I think, like, why she asked, okay, I want to do something, or I want to create something, or I want to experience something. And then how she asked why this will succeed. Okay, write the list of why what you want is going to succeed. You know, help yourself a little bit here. Tell yourself why your success is inevitable. Like, boost yourself a little bit. Then you can also make a second list and say, okay, why this won't succeed, and write a list of things that you think that they're blocking you.
Yeah.
And these are your blocks.
Okay. So it's as simple as that.
And then know that most of those blocks are in your head. They're not real. Like, most of the blocks that people have they're fantasies.
Yeah.
We are afraid of what this person will say, what this person will think, what if this happens, what if the other thing happens. And we start making imaginary scenarios, and we create fears out of nowhere that are not real. And then you can challenge them. You can say, go one by one and say, are you real? Or where this is coming from? Because maybe there are deeper blocks than that, or like deeper beliefs. And then you can start rewiring them. Say, okay, I think most of the fears will go away really quickly, because you're like, okay, this is stupid, this is not real, etc. But then if there are beliefs that you really believe no one is gonna believe you, or no one is gonna want what you're offering, or you may believe that you suck being in front of the camera, etc., or that you're not good enough. And in this case, there are like two ways to go about those. So the one way is to actually rewrite the negative belief into a positive belief.
Mm-hmm.
And say, if I believe I'm suck in front of the camera, say, oh, I'm great in front of the camera. I'm a natural born talent. And just
Okay.
reprogram yourself to actually believe that. And then guess what? You're gonna reflect this new identity, and then you're gonna get better at it. And then the other way to go about it is that, okay, you can accept it. You can say, okay, I'm not good enough, but it's okay. I can get better. Like in life, you can grow into anything. Like when you are born and you're a baby, you don't even know how to walk. You don't even know how to talk. But everybody knows you're gonna get there. It's like natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like growing skills is like, it's like the most natural thing to do. So it shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do. Because the most
Yeah.
important thing to getting better at something is to actually start with it and start taking action even though it's not perfect. And from the repetition and the practice, you're gonna get better. So now rephrase those beliefs, rephrase those negative beliefs and blocks into positive ones, and then put them all in the first column. And say, why I'm gonna succeed? Oh, because I can learn to do this and that. Or from, oh, I'm not good at this, and no, I'm great at this. Let me show you.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're gonna have a list with your list of the reasons why you're gonna be successful in what you do, or why you can create this thing that you want. It's gonna be bigger than your blocks.
Right.
You're gonna have more positive reinforcement. And guess what? It all comes from you, from within you. And the reason of doing that is to get unblocked, because some people, they might have so many items on their fears and limitations that they actually never dare to even start or try out something.
Yeah.
But then it's you that you need to get yourself unblocked.
And so this is something that, like with regards to sharing her voice and her thoughts with the world, this is something that she can kind of use that technique on.
Definitely. I think her block is not related to that, because
Mm-hmm.
she knows she can do it, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I think for her it's like more fear of actually succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
Because she knows that when she puts out her true authentic expression of herself, people will actually really like it and really resonate. And
is there any way... Go ahead.
Yeah, this still might scare her a little bit.
Is there any way that you can help her today release that a little bit and make a little bit more space to be seen and to be successful and to go as far as she wants to go?
Let's see what we can do today. I think already by doing this is giving her a lot of energy.
Okay.
To actually start putting herself out there, because we might be connected now and speak from a deeper level.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still part of her.
Yeah.
So she knows that as she speaks to you right now, saying all these things and also making a little bit funny. This is how she can speak to people and make it engaging and actually inspire them to take action and try things out for themselves. And she has been doing that already in her life. So she's getting there. She's getting there.
Okay. Do you have any other advice for her on like how to engage people in her vision and what the best ways are for her to communicate with them?
The only way to do that is to really be authentic and show all aspects of who she is, because she has a lot of aspects, but there are two that they're more prominent. So the one is the more dynamic, empowered, the so the goal is like go do it, the more achieving energy, more masculine energy as well, that she actually really enjoys and loves and is proud about, because I think it's amazing in today's world. It's amazing also to experience that as a girl, to be honest, because maybe it's not the type of personality that you expect from a girl. So she really enjoys this experience.
Yeah.
And on the other side, she's also deeply emotional, very sensitive, very much connected. She has gone through her own healing, her awakenings, learned to relax, learned to surrender and let go. And she can also connect with herself and others and be very compassionate and be very loving. So bringing both those aspects out and find a way to play with those two is what's gonna really help her have her message land in an authentic way and in a way that everybody can relate. Because this is not for people who are like this or like that, it's for everybody. And this is what she can offer, this perspective and her example, that like it doesn't matter where you're coming from, and especially for people who are ambitious and they're more career oriented, or they have big goals, they're getting a little bit blocked out of doing the internal work. Because maybe it has been like connecting with your emotions a little bit demonized, let's say.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people, they get fuel from their trauma, or they get fuel from their anger, or they get fuel from people that doubt them. So it serves them in a certain way.
Right.
But it also doesn't allow them to enjoy the experience at the fullest. And that's the thing, that if you have unresolved things inside of you, or if you don't feel whole and complete within yourself, no matter of no, there is no amount of external success that you can create that is going to fulfill this gap.
Right.
And now it is possible to actually have everything. So you can have the success and the experiences and the relationships and everything you want to create in the external life, but also be satisfied with yourself and in peace, like have internal peace and internal fulfillment and happiness within yourself, to also be able to enjoy what you're creating in the outside. So it is possible to have it all, to be happy in the internal and to be happy also in the external.
Mm. Yeah, thank you for expressing that in such a clear way. That will be very helpful.
You're welcome.
She asked about just some heart healing. Can you help her with a bit of heart healing and opening today?
Yes, we can do that.
Just let me know when that feels complete for now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thank you. And she had one other personal question, which has to do with her hair. That her hair she's been losing hair, and so she wanted to know what the reason is and what she can do to help her hair.
So this is part of this transitioning phase
Mm-hmm.
that she's been going through. It is not so much, it is not health related. It's more of releasing old stuff.
Okay.
And releasing things from her nervous system. And it's part of this change and transition. And to also maybe not have so much attachment to it.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that everything that you're given is a gift. But nothing is permanent. So the whole point is to enjoy things in the here and now.
Mm-hmm.
And be grateful for them. But don't get attached too much on them.
Okay.
And she shouldn't be scared, because it's gonna be okay, it's gonna come back.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like her to know before we wrap up the session?
Yes. It is really lovely to have this type of interaction, and if she could see how we see her from up here, she would have a really fun time watching her. It would be very entertaining to watch. So she's giving us a great show. Yeah, it's nice to watch.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you for all of your great help and advice. That is not only helpful to her, but also helpful for me to hear. And I'm sure anyone else who hears this recording. And thank you for the humor as well.
You're welcome.
Okay. Then we'll start coming back. So giving lots of thanks to all of your guides, all the ones watching over you, and who have come through during this session today. I'm gonna count from 1 to 10 in a moment, and when we get to 10, you can open your eyes. 1, you can start bringing your focus back into your body. 2, start noticing your breath, or the blood flowing through your veins. 3, you can wiggle your toes and your fingers. 4, start noticing the sounds in the room around you. 5, expand your listening to any sounds beyond your room as well. 6, bringing all of your focus back into the current time and place on July 9th. 7, coming up now. 8, 9, and 10, fully back in the room. Just, take a moment, move slowly.
Oh my god. Well, that was interesting. Wow. Oh my god.
They certainly gave a lot of good advice.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah. And you're a good channel. You have a very clear connection.
Yeah, I think all these meditations, they really help to let the information coming through. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
definitely.
God. That was an interesting perspective to see it this way. Really fun.
Yeah, I liked how much humor they brought into it as well.
Yeah, that was nice. I think from their perspective, it was really fun to see people. If you see them from up. If you see us from above, you know, I think we are indeed quite funny. So that we're laughing. Yeah. And I think also good advice for the questions and the guidance. Very clear on how to proceed. And I think it's always interesting to know that all the answers and what to do is already within us, right?
Yeah.
And when we get to hear it this way, like it makes so much sense, and it can provide so much clarity, and it's coming from within.
Yeah.
And that when we are connected with this internal guidance and wisdom, and indeed we're open to have this communication open, also with our guides, you know, then all the answers are coming. They're coming through. And it was interesting that they were saying that, yeah, we send them songs, we send them movies.
Yeah.
Some of them get it, some of them don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it would probably be quite, even just for an hour, to watch a summary of even just all the messages that we miss.
Yeah,
It's like, we
definitely.
sent you this, and then 10 minutes later, we sent you this, Yeah. No, that was, yeah, it's very interesting to hear, too. A lot of, like, yeah, that's why I love these sessions, too, is just, like, they can be so empowering, And I remember the first times that I did these, like, as a client, and afterwards I was just, yeah, felt so much more supported and, yeah, empowered.
Mm. And for me, it's always interesting when they also perform the healing in the body. I think it's always really nice to get to feel the energy that is coming through. And what I like find fascinating is that sometimes, you know, you might watch a past life or something from your current life, etc., and the experience is always emotional.
Yeah.
So you can always relate to the feeling of that experience, that it's actually a very familiar feeling that you have in your current life, and it always can show you why this is there, what does it mean, how you can move, you know, through it, and to know that we have like this type of guidance and connection is truly amazing.
Yeah, that emotional aspect is also always very important, even just in knowing that we're not like making it up, Sometimes these sessions can also feel like a little bit more vague, or like we made it up, but you can't make up or fake emotions.
Mm.
And so that's always also the part where I'm like, no, it always works. 'Cause it's like, yeah, hitting those deeper levels.
Yeah, indeed. And I think what I've like conclude for myself is that also based on what they said, right, that yeah, we actually make everything up because we create everything, you know, being it this experience or the next experience, or like we get to create anything that we want. So even these connections and transmissions, you know, they're part of who we are, and that we're so multidimensional and multi-layered, and who knows our soul, you know, where it goes and how much it expands, and what the non-physical part of us does. And it's interesting to get some insight into it. And who knows,
Yeah.
you know, maybe that was a it kind of felt like that it was kind of a next life, you know, when you go and you are the guide. That you're not maybe on the physical plane anymore, and you're just watching and guiding others.
Yeah, I also always wonder if, like, actually, if we're doing that some of the time that we're asleep, anyways. You know?
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
Like, you fall asleep and go up and do your, you have your shift of helping from above, and then you go back into the body when it's time to human around again.
Yeah, that's really true. Really nice perspective. Could be possible. All right. Uh, Olivia, I want to thank you very much. It was a really beautiful session. Thank you for facilitating.
Yeah, thank you for your trust and your openness towards it.
Thank you.